My best friend accidentally sent me a text message saying that she hates me. Yeah, not good. My best friend and I met in high school and ended up going to the same college where we were in the same sorority, the same college friend group. Then we graduated, moved to the same city together, and now we're in the same friend group post-college together. Our friend group always goes out on Saturdays, and this weekend was no different. So we all went to a bar. I had one drink, but my best friend had 3 to 4, and she was a little tipsy. So at the end of the night, I made sure that she got home safe. We got in the Uber together, dropped her off at her house. So I get my best friend home, I get her inside, and then I get ready to call my Uber to go back home. But this girl begs me to stay. And I don't know about you, but I think one of the best things about the night is getting home at the end of the night and getting into your own bed. So I really did not want to stay, but she was begging me. She was like, please, we can go get brunch in the morning. It'll be so fun. And I was like, you know what? She really wants me to stay. Whatever, I'll stay. So I went and got ready to go to her guest room to go to bed. She follows me in the guest room and is just yapping away. Now I'm exhausted, so I want to go to bed, but I just let her talk and talk until then she gets tired, gives me a hug. We tell each other we love each other, and she goes to her bedroom to go to sleep, and I'm ready to go to sleep as well. So I'm just laying in bed on my phone. Obviously, I can't go right to bed. I have to scroll a little bit. And about 20 minutes after she leaves, I get a text from her saying she's staying in the guest room, so I can't talk bad about her too loudly. I respond saying, huh? Because, huh? Like, what are you talking about, girl? And immediately it's followed up with a super long paragraph saying horrible things about me, complaining about how I'm there in her guest room. What do you mean? Like, I wanted to go home. You made me stay there. And saying that she's looking for a respectful way to get rid of me. I don't know if she meant get rid of me as a friend in general or out of her guest room. I don't really know, but I think maybe both. At that point, it was like 2:45 a.m., so I just packed all my stuff up and left. I mean, you don't want me there? You could have just said you didn't want me there. I didn't want to be there. I wanted to go home. You're the reason I was there. You literally made me stay. I did not sleep at all that night. I just stayed up thinking about what could have happened. What would make her not like me? I haven't changed as a person, and I've always been a really good friend to her. I've never talked bad about her. I'm always supportive. I'm always there for her when she needs me. So I could not even fathom what would cause all of this. The next morning, she sends me a voice memo apologizing for the text. Yeah, not even a call. I guess it was nicer than her sending a text, but yeah, it was just a voice memo. And she apologized for what was said and said that she had meant to send it to her boyfriend, but that she stands by everything that she said in the text message. Okay. In her words, we have grown apart and I am not as fun as I used to be. I have no idea what to do. I mean, all of my really close friends are also her really close friends. So I don't even know who I could confide in about this. Also, which one of my other friends knew all this was going on or that she felt this way? But what gets me is that I did not see this coming. She was acting completely normal. She was initiating a lot of our plans, wanting to hang out with me one-on-one. So I just feel completely blindsided. Listen, in life, you can't control anyone. You can't make anybody be your friend. If she would have just come to me and told me that she had an issue and that she wanted distance in our friendship, that would have been fine. It's the fact that she was being fake behind my back while doing something completely different to my face after we'd been friends for all these years that I have a problem with. And timing could not be worse because my birthday is coming up and my friends and I all had plans to spend it together, but honestly, I just want to distance myself from that whole group. I feel so betrayed, so confused. I have no idea which of my friends I can even trust at this point. Let me tell you, female friendships, they can be rough.
To every person who thinks they would save their school if they had a school shooter, trust me, you would not. Because I used to think the same thing until one day I was in class and there was an announcement over the speaker saying that someone was walking around campus with a weapon. And at first, I thought it was just another school drill until my teacher said, "Guys, we don't have a drill scheduled today. This is real." And he sounded really nervous saying that. So it was in this moment where I realized I was not built for this. Because you know how they say you either go into fight or flight mode during these situations? Well, I went straight into flight because I ran to the back of the class as far away from the door as possible. I even took this girl's Stanley bottle to use as a shield because those things are basically bulletproof. But after about 5 minutes, there was another announcement that said it was a false alarm and the weapon was fake. Don't get me wrong, I was super relieved, but I also realized I am not Batman.
I will never understand girl strength. You could be an Olympic level bodybuilder. You could be a boxer. You could be an MMA fighter. If you've taken something that a girl owns, you're not winning that fight. Give up. I picked up my sister's Charlotte Tilbury Sheer Glow tint just to read it. And all I'm hearing is the Incredible Hulk and my arm's getting yanked. This girl can't open a jar of olives to save her life. But if you take her phone and she's angry, dig yourself a grave. And it's not because they go to the gym. It's always because they're stubborn and out of pure hatred. You can look at a girl the wrong way. The next minute you know, she'll be picking up a 50-kilogram table with one hand. Is this what girl maths is? Because they'll pass out before they even give up. Like, what's wrong with you? The drama that girl strength creates is the most entertaining thing. And because of this, girl fights are complete carnage. The whole thing turns into a war zone. Why am I seeing lashes, wigs, getting thrown across the room? Why am I seeing people get stabbed in the eyes with French tips? And it's always over the smallest things. I'm genuinely convinced a whole city could be destroyed just because one girl used another girl's makeup brush.
Story time on how my dad ruined my 6th grade picture day. So here's a little backstory. When I was in middle school, I watched YouTube very heavily, so I was very into makeup routines, makeup, anything like involved in that YouTube. If you know, you know. Back then it was just makeup, hauls, shopping. It still is to this day, but I was really into that back then. So much to the point where I was kind of like fixated on that kind of stuff. I was kind of pretending that I was a YouTuber myself. And I would buy makeup with my money, and when anyone bought me stuff, I would tell them I want makeup, things like that. Well, when my dad got out of prison, I guess he didn't like the fact that I had grown up so much, because the last time he had seen me, I was 4 years old. Mind you, I'm in 6th grade now. So I feel like the narcissist he is, he wanted control over me, and he felt like I was growing up so fast that he had no control. It was all slipping away from him. So I woke up one morning to get ready for my pictures. I had basketball practice that day. So I had basketball practice first, and then I would have pictures right after. So I woke up really early and I went to go look for like my box of goodies, which I just had my makeup, my skincare, like just all the things that I spent my money on and spent collecting over that time frame. And he had gotten up that morning, grabbed all my stuff and hid it, then told me that I didn't need to be doing any of that, that it was pointless, just degrading me. Mind you, all of this is happening at like 6 a.m. Like I was barely waking up, but I feel like he was barely going to sleep, if you know what I mean. So I was an emotional wreck, and mind you, I still had to go to basketball practice right after that. Anyway, I had sat down in the bathroom, I think, trying to recollect myself, and I remember specifically my brother had cats at the time, and I was watching one. My dad literally grabbed the cat in his hand and punted it like a football at me. I remember like crying to my mom at the time. It's like, I don't understand like why he does this. Like, what do I do to him? Like, why do I trigger him so bad that he does like things like this? Like, I don't even bother him. Anyway, I had gone to school that day. I had my makeup bag in my backpack. I had an extra one, so he didn't know. But eventually, I picked myself back up at school. I had a very strong support system at school because everybody knew who my dad was and what I was going through. That's how crazy it was. But yeah, I just feel like he couldn't take the fact that I was growing up. Like, he doesn't realize that time is literally his biggest enemy. He spent so much time doing the wrong things that he couldn't get that time back, and I feel like it really messed with him.
You know how when you were in school and your teacher was late to class, everyone thought that if they didn't show up within 15 minutes to class, you could leave? Or maybe that was just at my school, but one time this actually happened in my class, but I didn't know this rule was a thing. So after the 15 minutes passed, a kid told me about it, and for some reason, I just completely believed him, no question. So I left because I was really hungry. So I went to go get a snack from the store next to our school, but apparently this rule is completely false because I came back to school for my next class, and all of a sudden, someone walks into our class, whispers into the teacher's ear, and then the teacher goes, "Tyler, they need you in the office." So I go to the office, and that is when I received my first and only ever detention. But then the next day, I show up to the class where the teacher was late, and she was acting like it was my fault. She was like, "Tyler, I heard you ditched class yesterday." No, I didn't. You did. But yeah, don't try doing that. It's not true.
In middle school, my grandma sent money for my sister and I to get some clothes. We were really poor, had teenage parents, couldn't afford anything, didn't have any of the new styles, any of the trends, nothing, hand-me-down like boy cousin jeans and stuff. So my grandma sent money for us to get clothes, and I was so excited. Got this really cool outfit from the Limited 2, I believe it was. After Christmas break, walked in, and like kids were on each side of the hallway. That's how it was in the mornings. And I kid you not, this one really, really mean girl who was a severe bully of mine, literally goes, "Oh my gosh, everybody, look, the twins got new clothes." And everybody started clapping. That lives so deep in my chest. And it might be part of the reason that I have quite a thing for loving to buy new clothes all the time and to make sure my daughter always has the best clothes.